Good evening, I'm Prasad Michael and you're watching Kini News, the show that brings you today's biggest stories. To all potential blood donors out there, the country needs you. After that, we see how more and more Malaysians are trying to balik kampung. And then, Anwar Ibrahim explains his awkward absence at a Harapan press conference on Monday. All that and more on today's episode. Malaysia is in need of more blood donors as elective medical procedures resume at healthcare facilities and the number of traffic accidents are on the rise, with more vehicles now on the road with the implementation of the Conditional Movement Control Order.
Penurunan kutipan darah ini adalah amat membimbangkan, memandangkan kini lebih banyak perkhidmatan elektif di hospital-hospital Kementerian Kesihatan telah mula beroperasi termasuk prosedur pembedahan elektif, iaitu penggunaan meningkat daripada purata 9,000 pek darah seminggu kepada 13,000 pek darah pada setiap minggu. Terdapat juga peningkatan kes-kes kemalangan sebanyak 5 hingga 10% yang memerlukan rawatan di hospital.
During the Delhi press conference today, Health Ministry Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah urged people to donate blood. The operating hours for the National Blood Centre and other blood banks have been extended to 9 p.m. throughout Ramadan to make it possible for more people to donate after breaking fast. Meanwhile, on the COVID-19 situation in the country, Dr. Nur Hisham said the country reported 31 new cases, with 10 of those being imported cases. The number of recoveries remained steady, with 60 patients being discharged today, bringing the total number of recoveries to 5,706. The national death toll remained at 114, with no new fatality from the virus reported today. As Raya approaches, more and more Malaysians are hoping they'll be able to sneak past police roadblocks to balik kampung. Malaysians returning from abroad have been placed in designated hotels for a 14-day mandatory quarantine, and starting June 1st, they will have to bear 50% of the cost. This was revealed by Senior Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob today after the matter was discussed by the National Security Council.
Bagi warga negara Malaysia yang pulang ke negara dan di kuarantin wajib, mereka diminta untuk membayar sebanyak 50% daripada kadar penuh bayaran hotel, iaitu separuh daripada RM150 yang dikenakan. Sebahagian ditanggung oleh kerajaan, separuh ditanggung oleh individu yang dikuarantin, separuh akan ditanggung oleh kerajaan.
All non-Malaysians, including permanent residents and dependents, will have to pay the full amount. Ismail Sabri said the Immigration Department will notify all airlines to require the approval letter before the passengers are allowed to board the flight to Malaysia. Meanwhile, back at home, an increasing number of vehicles have been asked to turn back after attempting to cross state lines to balik kampung.
Semalam juga sebanyak 3,212 kenderaan yang cuba merentas negeri atas alasan ingin pulang ke kampung untuk berhari raya dan telah pun diarahkan berpatah balik. Daripada 1,000 lebih yang kita anggap tinggi semalam, hari ini 3,200 lebih. Bermakna yang berminat nak balik kampung ni masih lagi ramai dan cuba untuk melepaskan daripada sekatan jalan raya.
Anwar Ibrahim's absence at a joint press conference with his friends on Monday raised many questions, and today he sat down to answer them. When Bersatu chairperson Dr. Mahathir Mohamad held a joint press conference on Monday with the top leaders from Barisan, DAP and Amanah, one person was noticeably missing, PKR President Anwar Ibrahim. He was nowhere to be seen, and not only that, no one from PKR showed up. This raised many questions. At the time, a PKR lawmaker who did not want to be named said Anwar was invited but was not keen to attend the press conference because the PKR leader did not want to be used. However, during a live session on Facebook today, Anwar himself addressed the issue.
Mengapa saya tidak hadir? Jawapannya mudah. Ini bukan sidang media Pakatan Harapan. Ada sidang mesyuarat Pakatan Harapan di Zoom sehari sebelumnya, di mana kita putuskan pemimpin-pemimpin Pakatan Harapan dan Bersatu serta Warisan akan melihat menyediakan pendirian bersama dalam isu Kerajaan Perikatan Nasional dan akan menandatangani. Oleh yang demikian, kita tidak akan mengadakan sidang khas Pakatan Harapan. Tapi ini tidak menghalang kalau DAP bersatu, Amanah atau Keadilan buat sidang masing-masing atau ahli parlimen mengumumkan pandangan. Jadi ini saya nak jelaskan, bukan sidang PH.
Anwar added that to avoid creating similar confusions in the future, all Pakatan Harapan press conferences will be announced by the coalition using the proper channels.
Dan selepas ini kita akan jelaskan supaya semua program PH atau sidang PH mesti diumumkan oleh Sekretariat PH.
On Monday, PKR Communications Director Fahmi Fadel said Anwar was absent because he had to attend an interview with the New York Times and had informed the other leaders to proceed without him. However, Fahmi did not explain the absence of other PKR representatives at the press conference. During the press conference, Amanah President Muhammad Sabu and DAP Secretary General Lim Guan Eng were present on behalf of Harapan, while Warisan President Shafi Abdal was also present. Mahathir, who is Bersatu chairperson, took the lead during the press conference on Monday, with his son and Bersatu Deputy President Mukhlis Mahathir sitting beside him. The Immigration Department continues its crackdown against undocumented migrants, and today they took the raid to Petaling Jaya. Immigration personnel carried out an operation against undocumented migrants at PJ Old Town this morning. Police officers and immigration personnel were spotted in the lockdown zone starting at 8 a.m. this morning, and drones were seen monitoring the area. Immigration Director General Khairul Zaimi Daud confirmed the operation and said that at least 200 migrants have been arrested. He said that the undocumented migrants who are from Indonesia, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh will be sent to the Immigration Detention Centre. He added that the Immigration Department has arrested 1,793 undocumented migrants in total from recent operations, including from the enhanced MCO areas in Selangor Mention and Selayang. He said all of them had already been quarantined and checked by the Health Ministry and were confirmed negative from COVID-19.
Dan apabila ditempatkan di depo immigration, kebajikan mereka akan dijaga dengan baik. Makan, minum dan perubatan akan diberikan jika mereka sakit. Dan dalam tempoh tahanan di depo immigration ini, proses penghantaran pulang akan dibuat, di mana immigration akan bekerjasama dengan kedutaan masing-masing untuk disediakan dokumen perjalanan, dan setelah mereka melalui proses undang-undang, mereka akan diusir ke negara asal dan disenarai hitamkan di bawah peraturan-peraturan immigration daripada memasuki negara kita.
The PJ Old Town area was placed under enhanced MCO on May 10th and will end on May 23rd. There have been 28 positive COVID-19 cases in the area. The Immigration Department has previously come under criticism for carrying out raids on migrants in the enhanced MCO zones in Selayang and Selangor Mention at Jalan Masjid India in KL. There's some good news for the local film production industry. They will be able to resume activities, but with some restrictions, of course. Film production companies will be allowed to conduct shooting activities after Hari Raya, according to Senior Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob.
Mesyuarat khas Menteri-Menteri bersetuju untuk membenarkan aktiviti penggambaran sepanjang tempoh PKPB. Walau bagaimanapun tarikh permulaan penggambaran ini adalah selepas Aidilfitri, selepas sambutan Hari Raya Aidilfitri, dan perlu mematuhi SOP yang telah ditetapkan oleh MKN dan Kementerian Kesihatan.
Ismail Sabri said though the production companies will be allowed to start shooting after Raya, preparations and steps needed to be taken by these companies to comply with the SOPs may push the actual shooting dates to the end of June.
Antara SOP yang perlu dipatuhi adalah melakukan mesyuarat dan uji bakat secara dalam talian. Yang keduanya, mengemukakan rekod perjalanan semua tenaga produksi dan artis bagi tempoh 4 minggu sebelum penggambaran dan memastikan tidak lebih daripada 20 orang terlibat di dalam setiap sesi penggambaran.
The minister also clarified that actors will not be able to stand closer than 1 meter away from each other in scenes. The production companies may need to use certain shooting techniques to make the actors seem closer if the scene requires it. Coming up next, President Trump continues to back the use of hydroxychloroquine. US President Donald Trump on Tuesday defended his use of a prescription malaria drug to try to ward off the novel coronavirus, despite medical warnings. As US President Donald Trump continues to defend his use of hydroxychloroquine as a preventive measure, lawmakers and researchers are cautioning against the use of the malaria-fighting drug as a way to prevent people from contracting COVID-19. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer on the Senate floor condemned Trump for promoting the drug.
Please, citizens of America, don't take hydroxychloroquine as a prevention for COVID. It is not. Medical experts have said it is not. Remember, it is risky.
Dr. Michael Head, a senior research fellow in global health at the University of Southampton, England, said there had been limited laboratory-based evidence that showed that the malaria-fighting drug could be effective in treating COVID-19 patients and that there was nothing to indicate it has any ability to ward off the novel coronavirus. The US Food and Drug Administration has warned about potential serious side effects with the use of the drug in COVID-19 patients. Trump on Tuesday was critical of a study that found that the drug did not help COVID-19 patients and might pose a higher risk of death.
It is a terrible virus. It's a terrible thing. And a lot of people are taking it. A lot of doctors are taking it. A lot of people swear by it. It's gotten a bad reputation only because I'm promoting it. So I'm obviously a very bad promoter. If anybody else were promoting it, they'd say this is the greatest thing ever. But because of me. So a lot of doctors swear by it. I think we can say that, Mr. Secretary.
The White House physician Sean Conley said in a memo that Trump was in very good health and had been receiving regular COVID-19 testing, which has all been negative. India and Bangladesh are expected to suffer widespread damage from a super cyclone, a task complicated by the battle on the coronavirus. India is facing one of its biggest storms in about a decade, the Weather Office said, and it has meant rapidly repurposing some coronavirus shelters into shelters for the storm. The super cyclone is expected to hit late Wednesday with the force equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane and is expected to cause widespread damage. The Indian Weather Department forecast a storm surge of 10 to 15-foot waves as high as a two-story house that could swamp mud dwellings along the coast, uproot communication towers, and flood roads and rail tracks. The authorities' task to save lives was complicated by ongoing efforts to curb the coronavirus pandemic and enforce social distancing to avoid a surge of infections. Many thousands of migrant workers are on the roads trying to get home from big cities after a nationwide lockdown destroyed their livelihoods. In neighbouring Bangladesh, where the cyclone threatens the worst storm in about 15 years, the cyclone is expected to hit land just 93 miles from camps housing more than 1 million Rohingya refugees. Bangladeshi officials said the cyclone could set off tidal waves and heavy rainfall, unleashing floods. Authorities were moving hundreds of thousands of people to higher ground and were also urging the use of masks against the virus, which has caused over 20,000 infections and 314 deaths. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KeeneyTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. We'll be back with more tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.